The difference that's made is just amazing. Welcome back, modifiers. We're going to be replacing the manifold on this X5. These things are just renowned for their manifolds just cracking and failing because they're like a pressed tin or stainless steel manifold and they do not last very long. So we're putting in a cast iron manifold. Let's get to it. Here it is, guys. This is the 3-litre diesel turbo. This is an E53 X5. And what we need to do is we start off from the top to replace this manifold. So first off, we'll be removing the washer bottle, which is pretty straightforward. Now, if you need to replace the washer motors on these, which they do fail, it's real straightforward to do. Don't forget to keep sort of buckets for your bolts and bits and pieces. So here's your washer motors. These just clip out. They're real easy to replace and they're real cheap on eBay if they do fail. And there's another one on the underside, which is the level sender, which is off. We need to get this trim off. We need to take this trim off here, the cover on the air filter, which is under here. But before we do that, we also have to take this trim off here. Fairly straightforward. They're just panel clips. If you have panel clip remover tools, use them. If not, pliers and stuff will work. On this top bit, a bolt here and a bolt on the other side, then it's just the panel clips along the top. Just pull that up and out, like so. So there's one here, 3 along the top, and there's actually one down in the back corner. And then it's just a matter of wiggling that out, like that. Remove the air filter, just pull it that way, lift it up and out. And what we do all this for is to get to those 3 bungs there. 1, 2, and 3. Then it gives us access to the 3 bolts to hold the turbo on. So there's a little plate there, like a protective plate. Just pop that out the way and it just dropped away. There it is. Now you can see the bolts for the turbo. Yay! Oh, that's why. Those bolts are star bolts, so you need a 12-sided socket. Alright, that turbo is dropping down, that's good. I'm going to pop the bonnet down, jack this thing up nice and safe, so I've got a bit of height under there, and I'll see you under there. What we need to do is remove this front cover, fairly straightforward, and then this sump guard here. This is a structural part as well, so you have to put this back in. This is not just there to stop crap hitting the engine, it's actually there to strengthen up the hole underneath. My new home for the next couple of hours, I hope. Right, we're back up top and there's a bolt here. This is coming off the air filter. It goes into the turbo, so there's an Allen bolt here and there's one on the other side. I used one of these ball end Allen extension-y type things, whatever you want to call it, and that was able to get that tricky one off. And then it just literally just pops out. It just sort of slides on. That's out the way. Pop that out there. Got plenty of room to get down to that banjo there for that's the oil feed to the turbo. So that's the high pressure line, and we'll do the return from underside. First, I want to take off this bolt just here. The other side of this is just a hook, so you try and undo that bolt, then you can just pop that intercooler pipe off. That goes to the intercooler, so it's connected, it's like a quick fit down the bottom, so I'll see if we can take the whole pipe out. Alright, top bolt's off, so I should just be able to unhook this. Right, so it's flopping about, which is good. I'll take the bottom one off and pull it out. Just pop the clip off that goes to the pressure sensor. Then all I've got to do is take off the oil line bolt and go underneath and undo the exhaust and go from there. The 2 bolts come off the engine there pretty easy. I've got the drain pipe thing off. Should be able to just pull this turbo out now. I haven't pulled those off yet. They're a bit rusty, so I sprayed those 2 bolts. The turbo is liberated! Come on, baby. You can do it. There we go. Freedom. Oh. Freedom. Freedom. You've still got your EGR system in, then just remove the 2 Torx bolts. Remove that bracket there. You can see that. Now loosen off. Then we can take the manifold off. They're the first Torx bits I've come across so far. That's they were T45s. Alrighty then. With that downpipe out of the way, I just put some penetrating fluid on the nuts, and that came right off with no issues. They shouldn't be like rocket tight, so I'm gonna go through and loosen them all, and then use the air ratchet to get them off. Look at that. All those bolts came off with the air ratchet, easy as. Just whack those out, man. That was good. Didn't pull out any of the nut studs as well, which is cool, because I'm actually going to leave them ones in there. I could take them out and put new ones on, but to be honest, they actually look pretty good, so I'm just going to whip this off now. And here it is, out of the truck. Now, it's light as, like it doesn't weigh anything. Oh, I mean, it weighs a few kilos, but nothing like the cast one. It's just this pressed sort of tin. There's not really much to it. There's like an inner bit and an outer bit, but yeah. Check out the crack on that. That's cracked from there all the way up to there. That's a big crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. That would have been, and I think actually that's why it's, when I was, when you drive this, it's real laggy down low. The boost doesn't kick in till just over 3. That's probably why. It should be way more responsive now. I'm just going to have a quick tidy up and put the new gaskets on and put the new one on, and start putting stuff back together. Stoked. Working on cars, real simple, guys. You know, take brakes, grab a cup of tea, try not to smash the car in a fit of rage. So take brakes, simple. Helpful, done. Do you, Mr. Manifold, take M57TU to be your lawful and loving wife? He says yes. Now do you, Mrs. M57TU, take Mr. Manifold to be your loving and legal husband? She says yes. Okay. With the power invested in me as an idiot working on my own car, I now pronounce you manifold and engine baby. There we go. Da dun da da. Da dun da. New manifold bolted up. Looks good, man. Really nice product actually. It's in, I mean, it looks for, I mean, it's $200 delivered, New Zealand dollars. I think it was 100 US for the manifold kit. Looks good. Let's put the turbo back on. Alright, so I've cleaned up the turbo a little bit. Just got rid of all the shit off of it. Same with the that intercooler pipe there. It's just easier to handle when you put it back in. The turbo's alright, it's got a tiny little bit of play in the shaft, which is not uncommon. Right, so I'm just going to pop that intercooler pipe in first. This hole here. You got to kind of manipulate it until it does what you want it to. Get the turbo up there and put the gasket on and do a bolt up all at the same time. I've got heaps run now that the downpipe's out, which is good. Right, a little wedge kind of helped to get it in position so I get it all in. Now we should be good. Turbo's up, the top 3 bolts are done up. I just wedged it in place and then put the bolts in from the top and the gasket, and that worked perfectly. I've just popped on the oil downpipe hose and the hose clamps, or hose clips. I'm just going to do up these 2 bolts here, and then I'm going to pop on the downpipe, do the 2 bolts up there on the turbo and 2 bolts on the downpipe here, and then I think we'll be good to go up top side and get the top side finished. I like it. I like it a lot. And before I put the bottom plate back on here, I'm actually going to run it up and make sure there's no issues. I made sure that the vacuum lines are plugged into the sensor on the turbo. The EGR is bolted back up. If you don't have one, you just probably have a plate on it. Intercooler pipe's plugged in, not down the bottom though. This intake pipe's now popped on. I'm just going to whack the air filter on. Well, I'm going to pop that intercooler pipe on down the bottom, then I'll put the air filter on, start her up, and make sure it's all good. Alright team, we are at a point where I can drop this thing back on the floor and just do the top side. So I've just pretty much put the sump pan back on and all the plastics, and we are now ready to just chuck the rest of this top stuff on, which will take me hopefully half an hour or so to get it finished, and we're good to go. Good to go. And we're done. All the top covers are back on, all the bolts back in, put back together. Awesome. It actually runs really well. Boost kicks in a lot earlier than it has been, and there's no diesel fumes coming through to the cabin, which is good. That's what we want. Modify or die. And don't forget to please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.